Hello, I am Lori Robertson and welcome to the Lori Robertson podcast. I am super excited today as this is my very first podcast episode. And truthfully, I had no idea what it was I was going to talk about today. I knew that I wanted to start my own podcast, but I just didn't know what it was I wanted to talk about. I didn't know what type of value that I was going to offer. And I was procrastinating for the longest time until finally I said, you know what? Just do it. I mean, there's no right way. There's no wrong way. Just do it. So when I sat down to think about, well, what is it that I want to say? What is it that I think I can offer? I had no clue as to what my first episode was going to be about. But then something happened last Thursday or Friday in my business that gave me an idea of what I could talk about. And hopefully what I'm going to share with you is going to offer some value. You can relate and just understand that being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, being a female entrepreneur is not a very easy thing to do, but it can be the most rewarding thing ever. All you have to do, just like I said before, is just do it. Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself first. I have been working as a business owner or entrepreneur since about 2005, 2006. I knew that I wanted a different lifestyle. I knew that I wanted to stay at home and take care of my child. At that time was my youngest daughter, and she was about 10, 12, something along those lines. And I wanted to be able to stay at home with her, take her to school, be there for all of her activities and things like that. I just didn't want to work, really. So I found this first company that was a health and wellness company, and I started that, and I had a lot of success. I had no idea that it was a multi-level marketing company. So I just got on the calls. I did what they told me to do, but I really and truly was trying to lose some weight because I had gained a lot of weight. So I think that's why I was so successful, because I put my heart and my soul in it. So I did fairly well, still not knowing it was a network marketing company or multi-level or how it is that they say it these days, because I'm no longer doing that type of business. But I was having good success and I loved it. I said, wow. So as time went on, I decided to get out of that because, I had lost the weight that I needed to lose, and then my interest in it really wasn't that great. So I ended up starting in a travel networking business, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the fact that I could travel, save money, and just, go to all these different places, because in my heart and soul, I want to travel the world. That's all I want to do. I want to make money and I want to travel. And I had good success in that. How they used to tell you, write a list of all your friends and family and, share the idea with them. Well, I did that for years. And like I said, I did have a lot of success, but then it kind of dwindled down because I ran out of family and friends to talk to. But over the years, I started to, lose interest in certain things because it wasn't making me the money that I needed to make to quit my job. But I got into another business, and honestly, I can't even remember what the name of the business is, but I had a lot of success 1 month. And I made about $15,000 that particular month. So, guess what I did? I quit my job, right? Oh, I was going to make so much money that I never had to work again. Well, guess what happened? All the money left, and I still did not make enough money to be able to keep staying at home and actually, stay in the moment of quitting my job. So I had to go back to work because I had bills. So that happened on and off maybe 3 or 4 times. And I felt like such a failure because I have to keep going back to work. I was missing certain skills and strategies in order to keep it going and keep being consistent, right? So let's fast forward it now. Thank goodness I have found me something that I actually can stay at home. And I've been home since COVID hit. And I never went back. No, I take that back. I did go back because I kind of sort of was bored, but it enabled me to work from home. So I did get another job, but I still had my entrepreneurship hat on. And I did a few things that started to work, right? Because I learned the skills and the strategies that I needed from this one particular business. And this first episode isn't about the business that I'm in as much as the strategies and the processes that I went through in order to turn the biggest mistake that I thought I made in my business around. And I made the most money that I have made in years in one single day selling one product. Okay? So let me tell you what happened. My goal was to sell a master class that I have by promoting my ebook, right? So the goal was I was going to sell my ebook by having them purchase the ebook and getting the masterclass half off. But some kind of way, I have no idea how I did it, some type of way, I ended up selling an ebook, and I sold a lot of these in one day. And instead of me sending them to the half off of the product that I was selling, which was $297, the actual product, the masterclass is $497, and I was selling it half off for $297. I ended up sending them the actual masterclass without them purchasing it. Guys, I am so sorry that the phone rang, and I guess you could hear the beep. I'm not sure, but guess what? This is my very first podcast, and I am not going to do this again because I'm about 6 minutes in, and it's just too much. I'm not perfect. This is my first episode, so it's going to be a little trial and error, here and there. But I decided to put my phone on airplane mode, so nobody should be able to call me right now. But anyway, as I was saying, I don't even remember where I left off at, but as I was saying that I made a big error in my business, or so I thought. I actually sent the wrong email series out when they opted in to get the ebook. Of course, they got the ebook, but they also got the masterclass, all of the information from my masterclass, everything. And if it wasn't for one of the people who that bought the ebook telling me about it, I would never have known. So I want to thank you, sweetie. I can't remember her name either, and I'm so sorry, but you know who you are if you're listening, and I'm so appreciative of you. So at first, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. I have been in business for years. How could I make such a stupid elementary beginner mistake? And of course, I'm not stupid, but that's the first thing that I thought in my head, right? So what I decided to do was stop. I stopped, and I was like, Lord, you know what? Okay, you made a mistake. And I just started laughing. And I said, okay, I can't believe I did this. And I just thought it was funny. So I said, you know what can I do to turn this around? I said, you know what? I don't think it's fair that other people should not get access to this like this young lady did by purchasing the ebook, even though I knew I was going to lose money. I said, forget it, because that's the right thing to do. So I went back and I posted it again on my Facebook, on my Instagram, and all of these things. And I just changed it up a little bit. And then to say that if you purchase my ebook, you're going to get the masterclass for free. So I did this email, and I said, oops, I made the biggest mistake, blah, 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 blah. And I posted it. So I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to get so many people who's going to purchase this. But guess what happened? The first 3 hours, it was crickets. Nobody purchased it. And I'm saying to myself, what is going on? So I said, okay, Lord, think. What are the strategies and skills that you can use and implement to get this going? Because I didn't do a launch, so I'm thinking, what do I do? So I said, okay, I'm going to use the scarcity. I'm going to use the timer. So I said, every 3 hours, I'm going to send out another email, and I'm going to count down until midnight, because I gave everybody until 11:59 to purchase it, and the sale would be over. So that's what I did. The first email I think I sent out, I resent out saying I made the mistake. But then I said, okay, I'm going to change it. And I think I did the first one that says you have 12 hours left to get the product. Okay, I got a couple of sales there. That's interesting. So I said, well, I'm not going to do it every 3 hours. I'm going to do the next one at 6 o'clock. So I did it at 6 o'clock. You have 6 hours. And then the sales started to pick up. And I was like, wow. So then I did it, the last one, at 30 minutes. And that's when all those sales kept coming in. And I use a payment processing system called Stripe. And it was just going off. And my emails was just dinging. And I made the most money ever with that ebook that I've ever made since I created it. That was phenomenal because I thought I was going to lose money. And in actuality, I made more money with the ebook, which was only $37, than I did if I actually sold the masterclass for the $297 that I had previously. I sold more of those ebooks than I did the actual masterclass. So in essence, I made more money. I thought that was totally amazing. Now, I don't want to make that mistake again because I could have possibly made a lot more money if I still would have used the strategies that I knew would work. But the point of it was, in the past, I would have been so upset. I would have been angry. I'd have said, oh, forget it. And guess what? I would have made no sales at all. But because I stopped, I thought, I used my mind, I shifted my mindset and tried to figure out a way, which I did, and I ended up making more money. So that's the point of this first episode. No matter if you're just starting off in business, if you've been in business for years, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to mess up. You're going to do things that is going to cost you money, and you're going to do things that's going to make you money. It all depends on how you use your mind. What is your mindset when it comes to business? I know it's going to be frustrating. It's going to be hard. I'm not even going to tell you it's going to be easy because it's not. You're going to be up late nights. You're going to do, trial and errors, just like this first podcast. I did this so many times until I got this one. And then look at what happened. My phone rang. You could hear it beeping, all of this stuff. But I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm going to have to do this podcast all over again. Then I said, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to put my phone on airplane mode and I'm going to go back and tell them, well, I made a mistake. This is my first part and I'm not doing it over. I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. This is going to be the most perfect podcast ever. So you're going to hear me with the bloopers and you're going to hear me say I messed up because that's what happens when you're an entrepreneur. So I hope that this little tidbit, it may not have been much, but I hope you got just something out of this that's going to help you in your business, right? And I'm pretty sure I'm going to mess up some more. I'm going to mess up again. And I'm going to tell you, hey, guess what happened? This is what I did because I'm human. Just like I'm pretty sure that I am going to make a lot of money for the rest of this year. And then I'm pretty sure that I'm probably going to lose some because I don't know. I could probably make another mistake. But guess what? It's all my attitude and my mindset and how I handle it. And that's what I want you to remember. Change your mindset. If you change your mindset, you just cannot imagine how your life can change for the better. Well, that's all I have for this particular episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It was my first one. Don't judge me too harshly. If you do, that's okay. Because you know what? I would love some feedback. I would love for you to tell me, what if you enjoyed this episode, if you didn't enjoy this episode, what I could do better, how, you can help me. And also, if you have a business and you want to highlight it or showcase it, I would love to have you on my podcast as a guest. This will help me out tremendously. So do me a favor. I want you to like my podcast. I want you to click that little bell so you can follow me. And then when I have some new episodes, you'll get access and you'll know exactly when I'm going to start a new one. So thank you for listening to my very first episode of my podcast. And again, I am so super excited. I'm going to try my best to give you the most value that I have, everything that I've learned. And I want you to be the type of person who can become job optional if you choose, and to quit that soul-sucking 9-to-5 so that you can spend more time with your family, so that you can travel, so that you can have all of your bills paid, drive your dream car, see exotic places, or just have the freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do in life because you decided that you wanted to take a chance and be an entrepreneur. This is Lori Robertson, and this is the Lori Robertson Podcast. See you next time.